We are back on the water at Westward, a Northwest-inspired restaurant that provides a unique dining experience to each one of its guests.
We have so many nooks and crannies that are different, whether you want to sit at the oyster bar, or you want to sit at the chef's counter and look at the wood oven, or you want to be on the Adirondack.
Westward's prime location, eccentric decor, and fresh dishes have made it a favorite spot for the locals.
This place is amazing.
I've come here often.
One of the things I like about this restaurant is the combination of kind of the salty with a little bit of the sweet.
Those sweet and salty combination dishes come from incorporating unlikely foods such as grapes.
We use a fair amount of grapes, whether it be we pickle them or whether we use them in some sort of mustard or we use them on a dessert or you roast them. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that you can use grapes as well.
Very good. Okay, so what are we going to make today?
Crispy pork cheeks with some charred cabbage, andouille vinaigrette, and some pickled grapes.
So these are pickled.
Yeah.
These are delicious.
So
There's a
they add a
flavor.
crunch, a little bit of sweet, also a little bit of like depth of sort of spice, and then also at the same time some acidity. We're going to start with the vinaigrette. We're going to use what's called andouille, and it's andouille or don't ya.
And what is andouille exactly?
Andouille is basically a fermented salami. I'm going to get this going on.
And this is going to be part of our vinaigrette.
This is going to be part of our vinaigrette. I mean, you've obviously heard of like, a bacon vinaigrette, on a spinach salad. This is the same sort of concept.
Josh adds some shallots and a touch of oil so the onions can simmer until they caramelized. A splash of sherry vinegar, and we have our vinaigrette.
You have the base of like a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of fat, a little bit of caramelization with the salami. Add a little basic vinaigrette.
All right, so we got that done.
Yeah.
Now it's time for those pork cheeks.
So we're gonna just sear these really quick and get a nice little crust on them. And then I'm just gonna kind of start adding everything. And to me, I love this style of cooking where you have everything built in one, because typically when I eat, I'll mix a lot of stuff together. I find that the most satisfying because frankly, that's the way it ends up in your mouth anyways, so
all going to the same place.
Yeah.
Time to add some charred Napa cabbage, chopped red cabbage, and some orange zest.
Yeah. No, it's too much. No, I'm kidding.
Our dish is looking good, but we can't forget the tasty secret ingredient, our pickled grapes.
And the grapes I kind of like to leave relatively not cooked.
Okay.
I want them sort of so you get that crunch.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be raisins.
Sure.
I want them to have that element of.
And it's a mix of red and green that you're using.
Yeah.
Time to add our andouille vinaigrette, a pinch of salt, a toss or two, and it's time to plate.
When people taste this, are they surprised by the grapes?
Yeah, I mean, we do so many pickled items here that it's kind of part of.
That's
Of
who you
course, I
are.
forgot this part. A little bit of fresh herbs at the end, just to kind of like fold in there just a little bit. So it's just, for lack of a better way to put it, it's a pile of food.
Josh tops off his pile of food with a pork gloss.
And so that's our charred cabbage, pickled grapes, and pork cheeks dish. Westward, yeah.
Finally, it's time to dig in.
Get a grape in there.
No, Those grapes are amazing with the pork. You kind of need that, don't you?
Yeah, it would be too heavy without it, I think.
I don't think I've ever heard of pickled grapes before, but I can have another grape.
To get the recipe for Westward's crispy pork cheeks with andouille vinaigrette and pickled grapes, head over to wagrown.com.